I'm addictive and expensive. Byron Wilcott. And I'm watching WGS-TV.
Welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer and Zenfix TV. I'm Double B Billy Boudreaux. This is going to be my TNA Impact Wrestling review for the week of October 25th, 2012. We open up the show with it is Championship Thursday, so we're going to open up with the X Division title match, return bout from Bound for Glory that saw RVD defending the title against Zima Ion in a very nice opening match. I will admit it wasn't as entertaining as their match was at Bound for Glory, be that as it may. The Bound for Glory pay-per-view, biggest pay-per-view of the year for TNA, so that's usually the best spot to showcase your best work, and so factoring that in, the matchup was still good. But RVD retains the X Division title. But here's the interesting thing, guys, because now they're factoring Zima Ion out of the X Division title. But now we already have possibly a new feud in the works over the X Division title in the form of Joey Ryan. Now, what I mean by this is, after the matchup was over, Matt Morgan came in, attacked RVD. Joey Ryan came into the ring holding up the X Division title. So possibly at next week's Impact Wrestling, look for a response by RVD to Zima Ion and to Joey Ryan and Matt Morgan's attack. 4 out of 5 on this one. I also want everyone to note here that Mike Tenay and Taz did not start out the commentary on the first hour of Impact Wrestling. It was Jeremy Borash and a guy named Todd, from what I was told from the Studley Man Ashley, that he was the commentator for NWA Hollywood, which has been renamed to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood now. I'm not sure. But following this opening match, we had Kaz and Daniels, the former World Tag Team Champions of the world, and of course, they start cutting a promo about how they felt they were robbed, they were victims of a conspiracy, and they really wanted to start a petition to get them a rematch against Chavo and Hernandez for the tag team titles. And some fans were signing it. I will say this: I am such a huge fan of Kaz and Daniels, and their promos. They do excellent promo work. Anytime they were on the microphone, it's always a gas because they are hilarious. But Chavo and Hernandez come out and said they would gladly sign their names because they would gladly give Kaz and Daniels a rematch anytime they wanted one. So maybe next week Impact we might have that match for I believe that's Open Fight Night next Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, too. 4 out of 5 on this promo. It was that funny. Throughout the night, people have been getting cut to see who's going to be facing Jeff Hardy for the World Heavyweight title. First person that got cut, I'm just going to go right to the chase here. I'm not going to drag it out, but it's Mr. Anderson. He gets cut. Next up, we have the television title on the line as Samoa Joe takes on Robbie T. This is kind of like picking up on what happened with last week when Samoa Joe defeated Robbie E. Robbie T came in and tried to attack Samoa Joe. That didn't pan out too well. So now Samoa Joe's going to defend the title against Robbie T. Honestly, I really didn't think they were going to put the title on Robbie T. Albeit, when he had the title belt, it was known as the Global Champion, TNA Global Heavyweight Championship. But as far as, trying to legitimize the TNA television title, it needs to stay where it is right now. And Samoa Joe is the best person for the job, and he is really starting to get behind this television title. There's an old saying, from what I've heard, a title doesn't make the wrestler makes the title. Samoa Joe is making the TV title. So 4 out of 5 on this one because it kind of went the way it was going to go. Next up, the next person who gets cut out of the contention for the World Heavyweight title is Bully Ray. Bully Ray's got some issues. He wants to settle with Devon from Aces and Eights. Now, earlier in the night, after Mr. Anderson got cut, he was confronted by Austin Aries, and one thing led to another. They started fighting, and as soon as the fight was over, they're staring down each other. And guys, we actually heard the director say 3, 2, 1, cut. Yeah, nice job TNA on screwing up yet again. But it leads up into this match between Aries and Anderson. Very interesting match with Aries and Anderson. Brass Knucks came into play a lot. And let me say this, as much as Aries was cheered when he became the champion and went after Bobby Roode, he went hardcore heel on this one because, he used Brass Knucks behind the referee's back and used the last chancery after Anderson was knocked out to win the match. 3.5 out of 5 on this one because I think they were just using this match just to buy time. But, be that as it may, it was still an okay match. The Knockouts title was on the line as Tara was defending against the former champion, Miss Tessmacher. Okay. Now, I never got the chance to say it on... I said it on my Bound for Glory review, and I'm going to say it now. If you are from a reality show, which requires absolutely no talent or any type of a skill whatsoever, like Big Brother, then, my friend, I am sad to inform you that you are not a Hollywood star. You are not a big-time celebrity. You are from CBS's Big Brother, where you see people just walking around acting like buffoons, kind of like the Jersey Shore. This MFer, Jesse, needs to take a hike because I believe firmly that this was a mistake, bringing this idiot, this mark by the name of Jesse, into TNA, thinking that okay, he can make a good talent for the TNA roster. No. I disagree with that 100%. 100%. They need to get rid of this Big Brother loser. Because every time I see him, I just want to punch him in the face. Because it's an insult. It's an insult to pure wrestling fans, wrestling enthusiasts, and the wrestling industry. That they're trying to pass this guy off as Tara's boyfriend when they could have gone with a much better route with either some guy like Chris Masters or John Morris, or somebody who's better known in the wrestling industry. And instead, they get a big freaking loser from some loser reality show like Big Brother, and thinking, okay, I'm a big hotshot because I just walked around on camera acting like an idiot. Yeah. Yeah, you're a star, alright. You really are a star. Far as this match goes, apparently TNA sees something in this, so they kept the title on Tara, but on next week's Open Fight Night, because Brooke Hogan has already confirmed this, that ODB has laid out a challenge, and whenever you get a challenge called out to you, you have to accept. So ODB has challenged not Tara, but Jessie from Big Brother, and I'm literally hoping that she messes up this guy's pretty boy good looks and knocks him down a peg, because again, if you're on a reality show which required absolutely zero talent and zero skill like Big Brother, then to me, you are not a Hollywood star. You are not a big-time celebrity. You are a mediocre a-hole at best. You deserve no fame or respect from me whatsoever, Jesse from Big Brother, and you will not get any fame or respect from me. And what you really have earned from me, Jesse, is a crapload of disrespect, because you are spitting in the faces of pure wrestling fans and the wrestling industry just by being there and claiming that you are a big-time Hollywood star when the only fucking thing you've ever done is Big Brother. So Jesse, I apologize for my language to everybody else, but to Jesse from Big Brother, fuck you. That's all I got to say on the matter. Bully Ray confronted Devon in our next segment, trying to find out why Devon was doing what he was doing, and he didn't accept last week's response as a legitimate response. So next thing you know, we get the Sons of Anarchy. No, I'm sorry, the Aces and Eights come out. I wonder how many people will get that reference. And he starts to come up with this response, that what you did to me 2 years ago, yada yada yada. And then Bully Ray comes up with something that happened. It was after one of the matches where the Motor City Machine Guns had beaten Team 3D. Bully Ray was backstage. He was all depressed because he wanted to win, and Devon comes up to him and said, Why are you so depressed? We're rich. Screw the fans. And that gets a huge boo. So that puts a lot of heat now on Devon for what he said. Bully Ray is starting to become kind of a hard face now, and Devon is just really, really getting a lot of heat from the crowd. So Bully Ray has already made it apparently known that on next week's Impact Wrestling that he will be challenging Devon, and Devon, now technically still a part of TNA, has to accept the challenge. So I thought this was a very entertaining segment, also kind of an enlightening segment, because I had no idea that they were going to go this route. So excuse me, 4 out of 5. Then Kurt Angle is ultimately chosen to be the #1 contender against Jeff Hardy in a phenomenal championship match. Now, one thing I kept scratching my head about is I wanted to know why they had Jeff Hardy come out with both the original TNA World Heavyweight Championship and the title belt made specifically for Jeff Hardy. And we won't get the answer that, Jeff Hardy gets the win and a great match with Kurt Angle, but we kind of get the realization as to why they had Jeff Hardy come out with both title belts. Austin Aries attacks Jeff Hardy and knocks him out, and then makes the announcement that at Turning Point he's going to be invoking his rematch clause, and he said he's so confident, he's so sure that he's going to win this one, that he is going to be holding on to the original TNA World Heavyweight title belt because he doesn't even recognize Jeff Hardy's title belt as the legitimate World Heavyweight title belt. So that kind of makes sense now. It kind of makes sense, now seeing that seeing as to why they had Jeff Hardy come out there with both title belts. Kind of makes sense to me. 4 out of 5 on this one. Overall score on Impact Wrestling this week, I'm gonna go 3.5 out of 5. It was an okay show. It's a lot better than last week's Impact. And for those of you who are still wondering why I never put up, check out my SmackDown review from last week. I kind of enlighten you guys. Whenever there's a crap show, whether it be a Raw, a SmackDown, an Impact, main event, whatever. If the show is really, really terrible, I will not review it. But this week's show was a lot better than last week's. Lot better than last week's. So that's why I reviewed this week's Impact Wrestling. But as far as the show goes, again, great match for RVD and Zema Ion. And again, look for the start, or the continuation, rather, of RVD, Joey Ryan, Matt Morgan feud. Kaz and Daniels, Chavo and Hernandez. I really can't wait until they do that tag team title match. Apparently now they're starting something with Robbie E&T against Samoa Joe. I'd like to know where this is going, because I think they tried this with Devon already and it just didn't go anywhere. Austin Aries and Mr. Anderson. A referee needs to learn to yell cut while the cameras are not rolling. Or when the referee yells cut away. Tara and Miss Tessmacher, again, I have absolutely no respect for Jesse from Big Brother, so he can go suck on the railroad spike for all I care. Very enlightening segment with Bully Ray and Devon, and now Bully Ray kind of becoming a hard face with the company, and Devon is getting a lot of heat. And great match with Jeff Hardy and Kurt Angle. Again, we get the realization, we're all wondering, why is Jeff Hardy coming out with both title belts, the original TNA World Heavyweight title belt and the title belt made specifically for him. We get that realization when Austin Aries cutting his promo, saying that he's so confident and sure that he's going to win, that he's going to hold on to the original TNA World Heavyweight title belt. So what I want to know now from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on Impact Wrestling this week. Make sure you put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. And please don't forget to subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/ZepXTV Network. So with that being said, I'm Double B Billy Boudreaux, saying thank you very much for watching.
Hi, I'm Chris Master 1, and you've been watching WGS-TV on YouTube. Be sure and check out the Friday Night Renegade show every Friday from 10 to midnight Eastern, only on GCSUradio.com. And remember, keep it on rocking, folks. Oh, check out my YouTube channel as well, youtube.com/ChrisMaster1. We'll see you on the next episode of WGS-TV.